Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dr. Nasir Sheikh Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nasir, and what's on tap for today? Well, we've got another video clip. This time it's from the Matt Walsh tour, sponsored by Young America's Foundation. Matt's at the University of Iowa, and we've got a social justice warrior who's basically asking Matt Walsh, hey, shouldn't we be more understanding? Shouldn't we have a better idea of feelings? And shouldn't that trump truth? Shouldn't that trump facts and biology and science? Shouldn't we just be more understanding as a humans and for humanity? Isn't that the better purpose of what we should do? Because things change, words change. Let's hear the interaction. Let's hear Matt's response and our reaction to it as well. So let's take it from there.
What you're asking me is, do we put, as you say, the benefit, the well-being of human beings above the truth? And what I'm telling you is that is the ultimate false dichotomy. We do not have to choose between those two. In fact, there is the ultimate well-being for a human being is to live in the truth with a deep recognition of truth, and that's how you.
I mean, this isn't a new thing. I mean, we do this already with. Religion, for example. We've never seen any,
There's some loss of audio here, folks. I just want to let you know. There was a loss of audio there.
we've never seen anybody walk on water, but there are there's so many stories of people who have been changed.
This guy says something about, we've never seen anybody walk on water. So there's so many stories. Sorry, I think it's just part of the video clip where the audio was kind of subdued. Anyways, let's continue.
Changed by, by God. They've seen the light of God, and so
Okay.
we sort of turn a blind eye to
Listen.
science, right?
We're gonna
need science because
Okay.
it's for our benefit.
We're gonna let someone else ask a few questions.
Sounds
But
like you're kind of scared of the answer.
Before you walk away, though, hey, wait a minute, wait. Because anyone who comes up, and if you want to argue with me about the trans stuff, it's great. I'm glad we can have the conversation. But we're talking about truth. We're talking about biological sex. So I always have to ask the question at the end. I mean, everyone knows what the question is going to be. But so what is a woman? Can you define the term?
This always happens, folks. All these social justice warriors, all these virtue signaling, whatever you want to call them, leftists, moderates, progressives, whatever you want to call them, they all are out there, throwing out their virtue as if they know what's best, that, feelings are better than facts, that we've got to be more understanding. And then you ask them the simple question, okay, fine, define what is a woman so we can have some area. I mean, we can start at the same level of, of talking, or some beginning or some baseline, so we can establish, because if your definition is different than mine, then we're starting off on two different planes. We've got to be able to say what is a definition to start with, and then we can decide from there where are we going to argue on that definition. But if the definitions are completely different, I mean, then you can't start even the discussion then, because then the discussion is, why is the definition so different? We're talking about two different things. We've got to talk about the same thing and then decide, are we for it, against it? What's going on? Anyways, let's continue.
I think the answer to what is a woman is a person who aligns with feminine traits that we.
If you didn't hear that, he says, I think a woman is defined as someone who aligns with feminine traits. So what do we align feminine traits with? What's the definition of feminine traits? Well, those are things that are normally associated with someone being female or a woman. So it's a circular freaking definition. He doesn't want to say what a woman is, but he says a woman is defined by feminine traits. I know the audio is subdued. Let's continue.
Traditionally associate with females.
And he did say that's traditionally associated with females. So look where he's going, folks. He's basically digging a ditch for himself, a liberal leftist ditch.
Or that people that align with the feminine side of the spectrum. So that's.
Or that people align themselves with the feminine side of the spectrum. Well, the feminine side of the spectrum is the gender of being female. So this guy is just absolutely, I mean, I don't know where he's going with this or what he's thinking, but he's basically proving the point that it can't be feelings over facts. Science has got to be a part of this. Truth has got to be there. You just can't accept everything and say, you know what, doesn't matter anymore. Words have no meanings or meanings change.
That's my answer. And I think that answer should, the definition of everything changes over time. And
Okay.
as we continue to learn more about what humans can really be, I think that can continue to grow. And I hope you understand that.
No, we don't understand that. I hope we can grow because meanings change over time and we have to understand that. Now, what we understand is that the meaning and the definition, a man is never going to become a woman over any course of time, and a woman can never become a man over any course of time. You want to think it, you want to say it, doesn't mean that it's going to be, doesn't mean it's the truth, doesn't mean it follows biology, doesn't follow science, doesn't follow anything other than the delusion of what you're basically formulating in your mind.
Okay.
But I just want to make clear that you
I can't
told
hear
me
you.
to
I
leave
can't-
as soon
I
as
can't
I
hear you.
brought up a point that you didn't want to respond to. So
I couldn't hear what you say your last comment.
I was just saying I want to point out that you asked me to leave as soon as I brought up something you didn't want to respond to. So
What did I want to respond
I
to?
freely leave. I mentioned religion being a source of where we deny or look past science for the greater sense of humanity. And you asked me
I
to
did
leave.
respond to that. Okay. I
you won't
responded to that
respond to it.
quite directly. So,
I'm sorry I can't hear you.
all right. Thank you for your question.
Next question. So, I still can't hear you.
I can't hear you. You got to speak up. All right. Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much.
I do want to just to, if we could follow up on one point, a woman is someone who aligns with feminine traits. You know, two problems with that. Number one, you are reinforcing very strictly the very gender roles the left has spent decades trying to tear down. But number two, you know, what does the word feminine mean? The word feminine means things that are associated with women. And so you're defining woman by saying the people that do things that are associated with women. And so that's a circular definition. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. So.
Anyway, so it just goes to show you again that these social justice warriors, when you ask them the question, they basically will, when they start to answer, they start digging their own liberal ditch, basically, in which they're going to fall into. Because they can't, for the life of them, they don't want to basically say the simple thing, adult human female, because if they do that, then they're going to be chastised by all the other SJWs on social media, all the liberals, all the leftists, all their friends. You know, everybody's going to say, how could you say that? You're not supposed to say that what is the definition of a woman is an adult human female. No, you can't say that because then you've lost. You've got to say all this other stuff. But once they start talking and trying to define women in terms of other words using to define women, well, those words that they're using are associated with being a woman or with the feminine side or, you know, being a girl, whatever the attributes of the gender of a female or the gender of a woman. And like it's a circular definition. And it's like saying, you know, what is an ant? Well, an ant's an ant. You know, what is a lion? Well, a lion's a lion. You know what a lion is. It's a lion. Come on, you know what it is. And that's where they basically go to. Anyways, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your host. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, like, share, and follow us. Let us know what you think in the comments below. My final thought, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. And until then, take care and stay safe.